Get sigramana kant gabawilts. Needs ochem laxlix da wai. Laxel padeki. Wilps lukdziwas. Gant zimwitzin. Wilpsawitwi. Amasa asnisum. My name's Gina Mowat. I'm a member of the Giksan Nation through my father. And I was adopted into the House of Lukdziwas and Zimwitzin by my granny Ligi Lam. And standing with me is my relative Shaylin Sampson, who's also a member of the Giksan Nation. I just want to start by acknowledging the territory that we're on and the sovereign Songhees and Esquimalt people and the ancestors that are holding us here today in this really important work we're doing. And I want to acknowledge the people who have been fighting this fight against a monstrosity of evil for hundreds of years. So many of you are in the crowd who have been fighting this fight. And I just also want to acknowledge Bernice too. I don't know where Bernice is, and I don't think Bernice knows me, but I think so many of us see Bernice and the work that she's done in this community, feet on the ground with so much love and resistance. So I just want to acknowledge Bernice as well. I think that we all probably know that the goals of colonization are to destroy our people and our lands. And a part of that goal is also to destroy our knowledge systems, our kinship systems, our legal orders, our governance systems, our sovereignty. And gender-based violence plays a huge role in that. In our culture, Giksan, we're matrilineal, we're matriarchal. Who we are is passed down through our women. And I was just with elders on our nation a few months ago, and they were talking about how our women are the backbone of our nations, meaning that in our feast hall, our Leliget, which is our House of Parliament, we can't move. We can't move without our women there. And so what we're remembering here today and honoring here today is those who have been taken through gender-based violence, and I want us to remember why that happens. I'm also a mental health clinician, and in my own healing work and with my people in my community and the people I work with, we've been challenging these beliefs that have been put inside of us, and those sometimes show up as words in our minds that say that we're not good enough, that we're burdens. And I recently heard a really young woman say, "I feel like I'm a problem to be solved." And that struck me because those words were never said to her, but they go around in her head. The words of John A. MacDonald, of Duncan Campbell Scott, the words that are in our minds telling us we're not good enough come directly from the priests and the nuns and the Indian agents. And we can trace those beliefs back to those who are trying to destroy us. And so we challenge those beliefs by saying, what would be the voice in my head if we weren't violated in such a way through residential schools and over and under policing and having our children apprehended and the 60s scoop and all the ways we've been attacked? We would have the voices of our ancestors telling us that we're gifts, telling us that we're light in this world, telling us that we're meant to be here. And the beliefs that we're challenging, those are really dangerous beliefs, and they end up being deadly, and they're very gendered, the way we carry them. And so the other side of that is I think about the beliefs that white Canadians have inherited. If we trace back their beliefs that are handed down to them, is that they're meant to be here, that this is all for them, that they're here to have a dream and a future and wealth. And I want us to know that those beliefs are premised on the destruction of our people. And that destruction continues through gender-based violence. We have to look at the root of this violence in the face. It's not, we have all the evidence in the world. It's here. We have the 2019 report on the inquiry of MMIW, which is federally recognized, that says this is a genocide. Yet the violence continues. So I really believe that, you know, we have our own healing work to do, but Canadians need to trace their own beliefs, those subconscious beliefs that allow them to walk these streets, not understanding that the violence against our women benefits them, gives them a future, and steals ours. And just going to close by acknowledging that our rage and our anger is so sacred, and it is so beautiful because it shows up to protect our humanity. If we weren't angry, and if we weren't rageful, and if we weren't here showing up and refusing this violence and the reality of this colonial suffering that we continue to hold, we would be accepting that we're not human. And we don't. We don't accept it, and we never have. So with that, just want to say, Hatmia, thank you for listening.